Hello, Creative Gems. Welcome back to Creativity. And if you're new here, I'm Sandy. Today, I'm going to show you a really easy and budget-friendly idea on how to light up your wall space with a beautiful DIY wall sconce. To start, we're going to take this Dollar Tree cylindrical plastic vase and apply a coat of Mod Podge to the outside of it. And speaking of Mod Podge, did you guys know there are at least 17 different types of Mod Podge? So not all Mod Podge are created the same. We've got the matte version, but we've also got satin, there's glossy, and they even have glittery Mod Podge. But for this wall sconce, we can stick with either matte, satin, or glossy. And here I'm just using a wide foam brush to apply the Mod Podge to the vase. I've got this really thin metallic foil placemat that I'm going to place onto the outside of the vase where we just applied the Mod Podge. This placemat is pretty neat because it's dual-sided. As you can see, on one side it's metallic gold and on the other side it's metallic silver. So depending if you're more of a silver girl or a golden girl, you can choose to have either silver or gold facing outwards. Okay, so I left this vase for about an hour to allow the Mod Podge to dry, and now I'm going to go back in with a pair of scissors to trim the edges. And as I look at this vase, I'm probably going to cover the rest of the vase with more of the foil placemat, except I'll keep a small gap at the back, which I'll explain to you why in a bit. And by the way, if you're going to try to make this wall sconce, I'll have links to this placemat as well as links to all my other favorite craft embellishments and supplies down in the video description box. And if you order this placemat, you actually get a whole bunch, so you'll be able to make many different craft pieces with them. Now what I want to do is apply a trim to the outer rim of the vase. If you have seen some of my other home decor crafts, you'll likely recognize this silver chrome card trim. It's actually one of my favorite things to use as an embellishment for my craft projects. This card trim has a mirror-like finish which goes very well with a lot of my silver home decor, and it's very flexible with a self-adhesive backing, so it's very easy to apply. But with that said, you're probably wondering why I've got my glue gun. The reason I'm applying some hot glue is because I'm not too sure how well it would adhere to the foil mesh placemat, so I'm applying a bit of hot glue to the ends of this card trim to anchor it in place so it doesn't lift and fall off later. And while we work on this card trim, I would like to take a moment to thank you for tuning in to today's craft project. If you enjoy glam home decor and DIY crafts on a budget, please let me know by hitting that subscribe button. And if you like what you see today, please give me a thumbs up as well so the YouTube gods will continue to recommend my channel to other viewers like you. So with this card trim applied, we'll still need to come back later to add another piece of card trim to the other end of the vase. But we're going to do that a bit later because we'll need to create a backdrop for the wall sconce first so we can anchor this vase to it. What we will want to use as a backdrop for the wall sconce is a picture frame, which will make it super easy to hang the wall sconce onto the wall later. I chose this picture frame because it's silver and it's the perfect size. You can insert a 5x7 picture inside, but instead of placing a picture inside, we're going to insert something different that will be a nice, pretty backdrop to our wall sconce. And by the way, you don't have to use a 5x7 picture frame. Depending on the size of your vase you have, you may want to choose a smaller frame or even a bigger one. So as you can see, I removed the cardboard backing as well as the original picture that it came with. I've got this leftover piece of contact paper, and of course this one has a shiny silver mirror-like finish to it, so I think it will be very nice as a backdrop for our wall sconce. Make sure if you're using this type of contact paper though that you remove the clear plastic film they always put on top. Next, I'll remove the wax backing as well. And by the way, if you don't like this contact paper, or you don't have any, you could actually insert anything inside that has a nice color and design to it. Dollar Tree has tons of designs to choose from. They even have wallpaper lately. Otherwise, you can just use some pieces of craft paper that has a pretty design that you like. And you can check out my links down in the description box for other embellishment options as well. Don't worry that the contact paper is a bit smaller than the picture itself because this frame comes with a mat inside. So as you saw, I stuck the contact paper on top of the picture that the frame came with before inserting it back into the frame. Now, when I put the picture back into the frame, I place the side with the mirrored contact paper facing outwards to the glass. Okay, so now we can take the vase that we embellished earlier and figure out a way to anchor it securely to the picture frame. And I say securely because this will be hanging on the wall and we don't want the vase to detach from the frame and fall off. And that's the reason why I waffled over my options, and I'm going to be honest with you and tell you that my first attempt to anchor this vase to the picture frame was a big fail, and I'll let you know why. I first started by using a bit of hot glue to affix one end of the vase to the picture frame, as you can see here. Then I cut out a small piece of scrap wood to place onto the vase and picture frame to hold the two together. To adhere them together, I decided to use wood glue. And here's where I think I made the wrong decision because even though I left it overnight to cure, the wood glue was simply not strong enough. You can see here I actually slathered quite a pretty good amount of wood glue to the wood piece that I cut out, and then I stuck it onto the vase with a portion of it also placed onto the frame. I actually waited overnight for this thing to fully cure, even though it says on the bottle that it only takes 20 minutes to fully cure. But the next morning, as I was applying more of the metallic foil placemat to the vase, the whole thing simply detached from the frame. Now the good news is it's going to be easier for me to trim the excess metallic foil placemat from the rim before I figure out how to reattach the vase back onto the frame. Comment down below with the words wall sconce and let me know how you would attach this vase to the frame. Would you get your tools out, drill some holes, and screw the vase into the frame? Or would you use a different type of glue? And if so, what type? For me, I decided to go back to my old favorite, which is Fix All. They sell this at Dollar Tree and it's super strong like super glue. And this time I applied some onto the frame before setting the vase onto it. And what I like about Fix All is that it doesn't cure right away, so you do have time to make adjustments and reposition things before the glue actually starts to set. And here I have another piece of wood. It's actually cut from a very large popsicle stick, which is why it's so thin. I'll apply some Fix-All to that as well, but I'm also going to add a bit of hot glue to it so the vase and picture frame will take hold much faster. It's a little trick I like to do to combine Fix-All and hot glue together because then I don't have to wait overnight before I can finish this wall sconce. And for good measure, once I place the piece of wood onto the frame and vase, I also added a bit more hot glue to the edges of the wood. I also went back in with a tiny bit more hot glue to affix the opening of the vase to the glass of the picture frame. And now I can already feel how much more secure this is. So now what I'm going to do is go back in with a second piece of silver chrome card trim and apply it to the other end of the vase. And while I work on this, comment down below with the words wall sconce and let me know if you have any wall sconces at home. And if you do, I would be curious to know whether they're wired into the wall and powered by electricity or whether they're wireless. For this wall sconce we're making today, I'm going to show you how you can easily hang this or any other DIY wall sconce on any wall in your home and turn it on without messing with any electrical wiring. You'll never worry about replacing any batteries either. And it's going to be so easy that you're going to want to put up wall sconces on every single wall in every room of your house. But before I show you how I'm going to light up this wall sconce, I want to add a few more embellishments to this wall sconce, starting with the frame. If you're familiar with my channel, you already know I'm a glam girl and I love to bling things out. So that's what we're going to do with these glass tiles. And the great thing about these glass tiles is they're self-adhesive, so we won't have to mess with any glue. These glass tiles are square and they are actually the perfect size for this frame. They come in rolls, 3 rows per roll, so you can cut them into single rows. That was a tongue twister, try to say that 50 times fast. But in all seriousness, these glass self-adhesive tiles have become one of my favorite embellishments, and the good news is they're always available online if you ever want to stock up. When I really want to upscale something and make it look super high-end looking, I like to craft with these glass tiles. And I know some of you are going to ask, so in case you didn't hear earlier, I have links to all my favorite craft supplies, tools, and embellishments down in the description box. Next, I'm going to take some silver rhinestone crystal trim and place that onto the glass as a secondary frame. This will cover up the white mat and make the backdrop of this wall sconce so much more high-end looking. Now for the final finishing touches for this wall sconce. I'm going to cover that wood piece with some of the glass tiles. Although I'll be hanging this wall sconce upside down so the vase opening opens to the bottom, it's not likely that anyone will see the top of the wall sconce unless you decide to hang this wall sconce low or if you have some very tall people at home. Nevertheless, we're going to bling it out just in case. And now for the final embellishment for this wall sconce. I want this wall sconce to have a beautiful finial at the top, so I decided to go all out and place this large crystal doorknob to the top of the sconce. Although this glass knob costs less than $2, I think it actually upscales this wall sconce even more. It's like the cherry on top, as they say, or the icing on the cake. I think this glass crystal knob simply pulls the look of the entire wall sconce together. And now I will reveal the easy lighting solution to you. I have this special puck light that was sent to me by Homeless to test out with my DIY wall sconces. And I say special because it's no ordinary puck light. There are no batteries for this one and you don't have to flip any switches to operate it. You don't even have to screw it into the wall because at the back of this puck light there's a magnetic area that sticks to this magnet piece it comes with. This magnet piece is self-adhesive so you can stick it onto the wall, onto a shelf, onto a cabinet, or onto any surface where the puck light is going to be placed. Further, this puck light comes with different color temperatures. As you can see here, there's a warm option which you'll see later casts a nice yellow glow. There's also a white light option which glows brighter, or you can choose the neutral option which would be something in between. On top, this round little nodule is a sensor, and the reason why that's there is because there's two ways you can operate this puck light. You can use the remote it comes with to turn the light on or off. You can adjust the color temperature, you can also dim the light or make it brighter, and you can even set a 5, 15, or 30-minute timer on the light. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this magnetic piece inside the vase first. Then I'll place a puck light inside, and as I mentioned, it's going to hang upside down. Actually, before we hang this up, I also want to mention that this puck light is rechargeable. It comes with a USB-C port and a charging cable, so you can plug it into a USB port to charge. This puck light took less than 30 minutes to fully charge, and in fact, I love this because you'll notice the charging cable comes with 3 USB-C ends, which means out of the 6 puck lights you get in a single pack, you can charge up to 3 puck lights at a time. How cool is that? And for the final pièce de résistance, this puck light is also motion censored. So if you don't want to use the remote or you don't know where it is, you can set this puck light to illuminate when it detects motion or when it's sundown and becomes dark. It actually works up to 7 meters away, and when the motion sensor kicks in, it will stay on for about 30 seconds before it automatically shuts off if it no longer detects any motion. If any of you would like to stock up on these special puck lights, check the video description for a link to purchase them online. Now I've gone ahead and hung the wall sconce up, and here's the final look on the wall. Our glass crystal finial looks exquisite on top of the wall sconce, and the silver crystal and rhinestone embellishments added to the frame really makes the backdrop of this wall sconce look so high-end. And when the light comes on, it provides a beautiful illumination even through the meshed silver foil placemat that we adorned onto the vase. Comment down below with the word wall sconce and let me know if you think you might make this wall sconce too. And if you enjoyed today's craft tutorial, please like and subscribe to my channel and share with other creative gems. Also, remember to hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I have another DIY glam project on my channel.